On the heels of that decision, we wanted a little perspective on what this could mean for years to come.
So News 4 Tucson's political specialist Eric Fink has more from the federal courthouse downtown. Eric, what do you have for us?
Monica Shaw and I spoke with a U of A professor today who calls this a monumental ruling coming from the high bench, as this case now goes back to the lower court in Washington, D.C. to figure out what can be prosecuted and what can't.
It was arguably the most anticipated decision of the Supreme Court's term. It comes on the session's final day. And University of Arizona government and public policy professor Chad Westerland says the 6-3 ruling along ideological lines has a far-reaching impact beyond the January 6th case facing former President Trump.
The decision, while it certainly affects the January 6th prosecutions with former President Trump, it's a decision that applies to all presidents, whether they are a Democrat, Republican, Green, Libertarian, you name it. It's not a unique decision for former President Trump.
Westerland says the High Court's decision could have consequences for decades to come as the powers of the presidency come further under the microscope.
It genuinely is a bigger deal for the next 10, 20, 30 years of how we think about powers of the presidency. And I know that's not really what anyone wants to hear because it's about November and we just, our current electoral things are always kind of at the front of the mind to the extent we pay attention to them. And so, but this is really about, are there any guardrails on a presidency, whether you're a Democrat or Republican?
Now, I spoke with 3 Pima County voters earlier today, a Democrat, a Republican, and an independent. Their thoughts on this seismic ruling from the Supreme Court, that comes your way at 6 o'clock. We're live downtown outside the federal courthouse this afternoon. I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.
Thank you, Eric. Decision